What is good, everyone? It's Zigzag here. Welcome back to another Geoguessr video. Good to have you back on the channel today. So we are back on the road to #1 in the world, and I think it's time for a little change. So as you can see in Rodney's spreadsheet here, I have stayed extremely consistently on the same rating for like 7-8 episodes in a row here. I'm not sure how many episodes this represents, but maybe like 7 or 8 episodes since I started moving. I think it's time to make a change. I think I gotta start playing more no moving, and then only moving when there's like an obvious clue nearby, or I have no idea. Every other round, I gotta go quickly, just go for the insta guess, don't worry too much. A lot of you guys have been calling for faster guesses, but I'm really gonna commit to it this episode with like most rounds no moving. Obviously, it should also kind of be said that the plateau in my rating also coincides with me starting a full-time job, so I can't play nearly as much, but yeah, I mean, that's also a factor here. So the first one here, we got language. This looks like Hungarian, so this is the new tactic, guys. We're going like that. Let's see if that's going to be a good tactic or not. I actually kind of like near the lake here. Yeah, as I've said in the last few videos, the weird vibes. It's either like Budapest or there, I feel, so we'll see if I'm correct about that or not. And let's see if Red Panda gets it. It was actually the opposite side of the country that time. Our opponent goes in Budapest. It's really nothing too bad there, 150 points of damage. But okay, not a bad round, but good guess from our opponent. Here we guessed instantly again, so let's see what it is based on the tracker here. Okay, we got to go to the intersection here, maybe like Finland or something like that here. Still like it, but yeah, we do actually kind of have to get to the road here. So what do we see through there? Not so sure. Do we see outer dashes? Looks like we do see kind of short dashes here, I want to say. Do we have... Yeah, it's really interesting because this is actually a tracker, so I'm not quite sure. It's a yellow field inside there. Yeah, so I think Sweden then. We'll see if that's right. It was just Stockholm there. Makes sense, I guess, for the tracker. And a good guess from our opponent here, who started off very strong for a 900 and something rated player. Next one here, we're going to be somewhere in Bulgaria. I think this is like an NMPZ kind of guess right here. But let's see where the mountains are. Yeah, fairly standard. Like, kind of feels more Western to me. So I might just go like that, honestly. I could still be wrong about the country, but we saw... Oh yeah, we got no antenna, so this is actually Serbia. Should have like looked a bit longer, but yeah, it was okay, it was actually in Skopje there, but our opponent goes for the same guess. I guess it did have like big Bulgarian vibes with the kind of winter coverage, which is quite rare in North Macedonia. But yeah, no antenna, which you would always have an antenna in Generation 3, I think, on Bulgaria. At least it's very rare not to. Okay, this one, again, we're going to go really quickly here, just Netherlands. I mean, they've been super easy rounds so far, apart from the Stockholm one. Yeah, when you see this many yellow plates plus brick buildings, you can just go there in the Netherlands. And that was in Ede. In Veldhuizen, and it was a fairly standard Dutch round, it must be said. Okay, next round here, can be somewhere in Malaysia. Let's see if we find any place names here. We don't necessarily. Okay, we're nearby some places here. I don't recognize any of them, so we might just go for a guess, but I'm just trying to think. It kind of gave me this kind of vibe, so... Just trying to see here if we actually see anything else. Yeah, it's just big plantations and not much else going on here, I feel. So yeah, I kind of like think that this kind of hedge here works fine. So we'll just go for it here. Yeah, fairly hilly. So maybe where I clicked is a bit too mountainous, but yeah, it can like fit for Pahang, Kelantan, anything kind of the middle of the country. I just hope it's not all the way south, which it really could be. But it's maybe a bit too hilly for that. And it was just in Selangor there. Good guess from our opponent. Again, basically been closer than us most rounds so far, has Red Panda, which is impressive. Next round here is going to be somewhere in Norway, I think. That's the vibe I'm getting here. Definitely seems like it. Although we may as well just like go down the road a little here. Yeah, I don't think... Are we going to see that much, though? I think we should just probably guess. Yeah, that's meant to be the video, so we'll go for it here and see, see what our opponent comes up with here. Should be fairly southern. Could just be Oslo. And where was it, actually? Okay, it was in Trondheim. Dude, our opponent is just plonking like a maniac here. 1.7k damage there. And that's obviously unfortunate. Here we have some Australia. Is it Australia or Brazil? I can't tell. What is this, actually? It's going to be Australia. So it should be somewhere relatively nearby to Darwin, and we're just kind of got this road angle here. So is it this, or is it just like normal something? I'm going to go on that road because that might be Generation 3, but could be anywhere down to Adelaide River, kind of this kind of whole area. Maybe Adelaide River does kind of fit better just because it is Generation 3, which is not too common in the north end. Or, you know what, it's probably the other, yeah, I was going to say it's probably one of these roads over here, but that's good. Our opponent does not know Australia, apparently, and we win the duel, despite not necessarily deserving it. Hey, we got 3 points there. Not to say we didn't deserve it, but it's just one fell swoop, And we're going to face Baystick here, who is pretty high rated and definitely a high, like, profile border, like my own, so it's going to be interesting duel. First one here, the poles would remind you a bit of, maybe just Kalimantan here. Oh, that's a Bangka pole. I recognize this one, so let's go straight for it here. I doubt our opponent will recognize this, but yeah, I remember this kind of weird shape thing being a Benkar thing. It's like my first time ever using it, and we'll see if it's actually Benkar indeed, but I feel good. I mean, the rest of it kind of looks like Sulawesi, I mean, like Sumatra, so... Okay, well, it's just West Sumatra there. Interesting that I got it wrong still. I mean, yeah, I was going to say, it just kind of looked like Sumatra, not necessarily island vibe, but yeah, okay. Apparently you can find those elsewhere as well. Still, I believe, a Bangkar thing, but yeah. Okay, next one here, going to be somewhere in, let's go to the sign here, obviously. We've had this place before, Larvik, and Oslo is not too far away as well on the E18 here. So is Larvik actually just findable? Yeah, Larvik's there, so I guess we'll just kind of guess nearby there. We do see the ocean here, so I should have guessed... Oh no, it could just be a lake. Okay, that's a fine guess, I think. So presumably our opponent will find it as well, but if they don't, then it could be nice damage. Regardless, they say Oslo, so they'll probably just guess there if they don't find Larvik, which is pretty big anyway. And yeah, they just guessed in Ski, and obviously they are 3 points closer than us, so... That's absolutely fine. Let's see what happens on round number 3 here, which is looking fairly Malaysian again. The more Malaysia we get, the better. This almost feels like Labuan Island, if I had to make a call out. That's an interesting red light, and that's a round pole. We should move once here just to get an idea of what it says on the pole and everything. LJK. It's definitely Sabah here, so I think I should just guess. Do I go Labuan? LJK? No, I don't think so. I think this is more like kind of one where you go like this and hedge it a bit in Sabah. And it was indeed, yeah, in LD Lahadatu. I think that probably has something to do with the code. Opponent goes Cambodia, which I can understand. But now's one where I'm glad to be moving. Let's see what happens here. It's probably going to be China somewhere. I would imagine, but let's get out here. It looked like Chinese language to me, so I think we can safely assume that here. And are we going to get anything else? Probably not. I mean, it kind of feels like a Japanese traditional home, doesn't it not? So maybe it still could be Japan. What about this? I don't actually see anything here that would say one way or the other. So let's try and head outside here. This is like a traditional garden of some kind. You know, everything kind of feels a bit Japanese, I can't lie, but this could easily be China as well. Okay, let's get back to some language, shall we? Okay, what does this say here? Ooh, I mean, is it Japanese? Yeah, it is Japanese. Okay, there we go. Yeah, I guess it makes much more sense for this type of house. Yeah, it's like a very traditional Japanese house, right? But just couldn't be sure at all. And it was actually north there. Never would have known where to go there just based on the Japanese garden, but it's lucky we get 700 points of damage there. It's pretty nice. We move forward to 1.5 times damage. We'll probably do this one no moving because it's nice and rural. And we're going to be somewhere in Kenya here. And when I see this kind of thing, I'm never quite sure what to do, but I would say Nairobi is the best bet here. So yeah, I mean, this is kind of like typical soil, and it's all the way out west there instead. Again, doing a little bit of damage, can't complain, but not the best guess, it must be said as well. Okay, next one here, double damage. We might have to move for some plates here, but let's just see what we see without moving. Oh no, I thought it was going to be USA, but it's like Ireland or something, right? Yeah, it is. Actually, Dublin car here, so this Google car is unique to Dublin, this white one, with the spoiler. And they got a similar one in London, which is black instead, so they kind of got the 2 electric vehicle coverage. And there's also a black square one in the Netherlands, which you see every now and again. Pretty interesting car metas. The electric vehicle ones. I guess we'll see more of them in the future. Obviously, it would be ideal if they weren't there because, you know, car meta is never, you know, ideal to exist, but, you know, it is kind of interesting nevertheless. Next one here, we got a Portuguese pole, and vibes are kind of strange here. Well, it might not be Portugal, actually, so let's just move up one here and get a better sense. Is this instead like northern Spain, or could it even be Belgium or something? Red back of the sign here. What are these plates looking like? So plate is a bit red there. Yeah, this is like southern Belgium. Wow. Weird and super hilly southern Belgium, unless I'm mistaken here. But I mean, yeah, we've got the predominance of bricks, and that would really make sense, wouldn't it? So let's go in Bastogne here and see if that's any good here. I'm pretty sure about the country, so if I'm wrong, then obviously that's pretty bad. But I think, you know, with this predominance of brick buildings plus the square poles, we should be fine. And yeah, we did see a red plate, so after all, it would make sense. And it was near Liège there, so that's interesting. I guess it was kind of a bigger city, and our opponent gets nice and close, so guess maybe more of a central hedge, or maybe they didn't know something. Anyway, triple damage here, so anything can happen now. Feels like Spain, Portuguese plate, and this should be like, I got the feeling that this could be this area here, but maybe it's just middle as well. I don't know, like these trees, Let's see here. I'm going to go like more of a hedge here. I think it's like around here or maybe around the capital. Shouldn't be in this area here and shouldn't be deep south. So we shouldn't lose the game here. But hopefully our opponent didn't see the plate. No, let's just, yeah, around the capital instead. That's okay. Just going to be less than 1,000 points damage there, which is fine. And still just going with the insta-guess tactic. I feel like it's kind of more fun anyway, right? So, I mean, you can tell me whether you think it's better viewing or not, but that's kind of how I feel. Anyway, we've got Baden here. This is somewhere in Switzerland, so we're going to move for this. And let's get in here. I've recognized these place names. Baden is where? Interesting. So it feels like German, right? Baden's there. And I guess we should just guess. Where's the other place? Yeah, I don't see the other place. I'm just going to guess Baden here because I feel like that's kind of enough. But our opponent will probably find it. Okay, well, it's just in a small village nearby. That's fine. Guys, this is an interesting duel because as much as we've been playing well, it just takes one bad round for us to lose it all. Here we have some Netherlands. We should actually try and get the good vibe here. We do have place names. Ooh, we can hop there. Nice. Ooh, and the sign doesn't disappear. That's pleasing. Let's see what we got here. So, do I recognize these places? Bergentime. No, I don't recognize any of these places, to be honest with you. So I'd probably, like, be leaning somewhere in here. Haven. Haven is familiar, is it? I don't know. It probably just means, like, harbor or something. I don't know. I have no idea. Okay, but our opponent goes here, so I guess we can just hedge middle for now. What about these other places? Nordhorn. I feel like that's also familiar, but yep, don't find anything here. Horn. I mean, there's Horn. We'll try that, maybe. Let's give that a go. And Kate was over here. That's unfortunate. Looked in the wrong place. To be honest, one of the names was kind of German sounding. So it makes sense that it's so close to Germany. The top one, I guess, maybe. But anyway, next one here, going to be somewhere in Uganda, I guess? No, Christmas Island. Okay, interesting. If our opponent doesn't know the car meta, they're obviously finished, but it should be, it's relatively known, this back of the car. And we do have an Australian bollard, or like a similar looking bollard anyway, so should be fairly gettable for our opponent, if they know it. But I would have thought they may have guessed already. Okay, they don't, they just took their time and tried to line it up maybe a little bit. And we do 18 points of damage here. Ooh, this is a very long duel, round 12, and it could still persist on, assuming our opponent gets some good guesses. Anyway, next one here is going to be somewhere in, is it Cambodia, Thailand here, I would say. Southern Thailand near Cambodia feels best here. I think I'll just go for it. Honestly, that's kind of what I've been talking about doing, so I'm going to go for it here. Could be a bit further north, could be a bit further west. Could be a number of things, but honestly, it should be Thailand. So I'm happy with the guess. I think the guess is fine. We'll just have to see here what actually goes on. I imagine our opponent will go for a similar one, but oh, yep, and they go north. That is obviously going to be knockout damage right there. Very pleasing indeed. Okay, guys, we're seeing some success here. We are seeing some success so far in the episode. That's going to be 8 points of rating there, and let's head on through to the next round. I guess it just shows that I'm a certain kind of player, man. I just love playing no moving, and this is probably the more healthy way for me to play, just in terms of sanity as well, and for you guys enjoying as well. But who knows, we may lose the next 3 in a row, and then that'll prove me wrong. Okay, next opponent here is Rari from Czech Republic, so that should be interesting here. Let's see what our Czech friend can do, and this feels probably, okay, no antenna. That's really interesting. What are these bollards as well? I think this is a bit of a moving round, although it should be, I guess, Serbia. Yeah, has to be Serbia here. Okay, so I guess we'll just go like this. Yeah, I thought these were like Slovenian bollards at first, but then I realized that the, well, at least on some of them, the thing is offset. Anyway, good guess from our opponent here. So immediately, obviously, being an Eastern European, maybe having the vibes a bit better, but definitely an impressive one for a sub 1.1k rated player. Okay, next one here. We should be somewhere in Sweden. And yeah, we have Jämtland. Oh, that's is that not a subdivision? Let's see here. What is this one here? Okay, I don't know where Jämtland is though. I would assume it's more north. So where does the border run here? Let's see. Yeah, okay. Jämtland. It's definitely something. So I'm sorry, Swedes, for this, but let me see if I can work it out. Okay, Jämtland. There. Nice. Okay, so that's a fairly small place. Let's go like here. Can we see the place? I mean, it should be fairly west in here, but I'm just going to click middle to cut losses in case. There's Sveg, my favorite town in Jämtland for sure, and it wasn't even. Okay, well, it's just in Sundsvall there. Makes sense, maybe probably closer to where I would have gone, but I guess maybe this kind of whole area counts as that. No doubt the Swedish viewers will inform us in the comments, and you can give their comment a like so they can go to the top and you can see. Anyway, next one here should just be somewhere. Oh, this Oh, this wasn't the Isle of Man one that Geography Challenges had in his video yesterday, was it? I mean, it looks too Irish, I think. Oh, well, I'm going to regret this, but... Oh, come on, you only live once. Let's try Isle of Man here. Okay, well, it's just Ireland. Yeah, definitely, normally wouldn't be going there, but I saw the thing in the lens. I was like, gotta try it, don't I? Anyway, yeah, it's not the same one. I think the other one was maybe more curved or something. Anyway, next one here, maybe Belgium again. French pole there, so let's just go right on the border here. Should be somewhere right near the border, honestly. With this much red brick, you're pretty confident about that. Also, it's super flat, so maybe even further north here towards Lille could work, or anything around there. And it was Lille. Oh, it was Lens instead. Lens? I don't know. It's going to be 200 points of damage. Not bad from our opponent, though. Definitely solid player so far. Cannot complain about the way they're playing, so we have to play nicely to take the dub. This is Portugal, and it feels kind of middle. Portugal, to me, could be further north. Don't really see... we don't really have place names, so yeah, I'm just going to click middle here. I don't really know where this is, to be honest, so yeah, it was just Lisbon. Makes sense. Opponent does do some damage back to us there, so solidly in the lead is Rari now, so double damage here is going to be like Romania. I don't really see anything typically, you know, in a certain... Oh, that's like a Hungarian house right there. Okay, I'm going to try this. Let's go like that. I mean, it could still be Hungary, could it? I don't think so. The round pole's very, like, Romanian, but we saw a Hungarian house there, so anywhere from, like, here to the middle. I guess middle might even make more sense, because there's more Hungarians in the middle, but that's what we should be looking at here, I hope. So let's see if we're right about that, and wow, I thought our opponent 5k'd, and I was getting a little worried there, but that's just going to be knockout damage. So, the fast games are paying off here. That's going to be another, like, 5, or only 3. Wow, he's almost 1.1k rated, and we only get 3 points. It's pretty rough. But let's see what happens on the next one here. Growing Gravity. Interesting. Nice costume, by the way. And here we are in, I guess Brazil with Dirt This Red. And where do you go? I actually think this might be a bit of a moving, like, type of round, just to see if I can get any info here of the Brazilian poles, which often do have some level of info. It kind of feels like the middle of the country to me, but let's see here. Okay, so we got hills. We have a ball. Interesting. It's more of a southern thing, that is. Do we see anything else here? This is a very, like... Okay, we have, like, long grass as well. I think you probably just go Tocantins here, honestly. Yeah, let's just go for that, because the long grass is pretty consistent for the middle of Brazil. What car do we have here? It's like a, yeah, whitish blue car. Could also be Mato Grosso, could see Goiás as well, but it was just middle of Tocantins there. That's a nice guess. Honestly, yeah, more than 1,000 points. That's crazy how much it scales off when you get close to in Brazil like that. Opponent's guess was not bad at all. Definitely also a place I considered. But okay, next one here, like Belgium, maybe Netherlands. What have we got going on the pole here? Looks maybe more Belgian. Yeah, it's in Belgian pole there, so yeah, just kind of like that should be fine, and we'll find out soon enough. We also do have Dutch language, so I guess where we guessed technically doesn't make sense, and it was just in the middle there, but that's okay. And opponent doing a little bit of damage there, but nothing too crazy. So yeah, still off to a strong start here. Next one, what are we looking at here on round number 3? It feels Eastern European, almost certainly. We got red car, but it didn't feel typical Ukraine. It should be Ukraine, but I'm not sure where. What does this say? We could actually get some info here just quickly. What does this say? I don't think it says anything useful. Or I could be wrong, I could be very wrong, but I'm just going to go southern Ukraine because it gives me more of a south vibe, so let's go like that and see if we're right. Although we have like a lot of Scots pines here, that's more of a north vibe thing. I was just looking at this view here, it looks very southern, just with like these kind of like more, I don't know, like almost southern Russian feeling houses, like the type you'd get around here, like Krasnodar area, so maybe we could even be over there, but was just on the outskirts of the capital there. Opponent even goes Krasnodar, which is a very fair enough guess, I think. If you exclude a car meta there, I could certainly be tempted to go there. But it was a lot of Scots pines, so that's why it had to be further north, I guess. Next one here, going to be somewhere in Switzerland, and I wanted to see some bollards. I was studying some Swiss bollards recently, but no, I don't see anything here, so I guess we should just go for some language. We were really meant to insta-guess here, but yeah, we see some German there, so that's good. Let's just go around here, should be fine. And yeah, call it a day. So obviously not many points available here either, it must be said. Yellow street signs. Oh, this is a bigger city, actually. Didn't realize that. So probably Zurich, I imagine, if not Bern. But should be one of the two. Maybe St. Gallen? I don't think so, though. And wow, opponent gets a little bit confused there and goes all the way over in Iceland, leading to knockout damage there. And it was indeed on the outskirts of Zurich there. So unfortunate. We only gained 1 point. GG's to our opponent, who had one nice guess in Belgium. But ultimately, an 800 rated opponent is going to struggle against the fast guesses, which is always good to know. Okay, we're against Wook GG, who has played me at least like 4 times on the series before, I think, and is one of the people who has done the most damage to me. So let's see if we can have a good game here against him. Now I'm wanting to move more because of the opponent, and I think I should at least go to the intersection here to see if we see anything kind of major here. Ooh, this is interesting, like a very lush. Yeah, very lush. I was thinking all the way north here, but now I'm really not thinking that at all. So let's go for some extra info here. This could even be Yucatan. But then again, like, ooh, what does this all say on the street signs here? Yeah, like, Mexico's big enough that this is definitely worth looking around for. We can't go down that road. Okay, let's go this way then. Do we see anything else here? It's a weird town. Okay, look at this vegetation. Okay, it doesn't feel all the way south, but yeah, I think this is a middle hedge actually. Let's go around Guadalajara. Guadalajara. I don't know if that's actually going to be correct at all, but it didn't, like, this forest makes me think it can't be all the way north, so I feel fine about the guess, even if it could be quite wrong. And it was Cancun. Wow. Why does Cancun feel so dry there? I'm not quite sure. Yeah, latitude lines up, but honestly, my guess is not that good. But regardless, at least our opponent didn't get it right. That would have been horrible if they did. This feels like France, UK, just based on the long lines here. And is that a French bollard in Generation 2? I want to see that again. Okay, can we move back to the Generation 2? Well, that's a bit of a concern. Would have loved to see that again, but that's okay. I think we should actually move here again, and car here is giving not really a French plate, is it? And it is driving on the right-hand side of the road, so maybe, where else would you see these long lines, though? Maybe, like, Baltic or something could be possible here, even. I have no idea what this is, to be honest. Okay, we just passed bollards again, and these are Belgian bollards? I guess Belgium. Yeah, I mean, this can't be Denmark. Well, I thought it couldn't. Wait, this could actually be Denmark. It's not impossible. I think Belgium's still better, but yeah. Okay, wow, that's such a strange... It has to be a national park or something. It's not. That's such a weird round. Obviously terrible guess. I think, yeah, long lines fits better. Definitely for Denmark, sure. But the landscape, I wouldn't go Denmark there, to be honest with you. Okay, this is surely north of Santiago, although I always get that wrong. But why don't we... Let's not go too far north here. Let's go like... Ovaya or like Iapel. Yeah, Iapel. Yeah, feels good to me. I don't think it's too much further north than that, actually. It's deceptively dry in this kind of area. Very Mediterranean, kind of Spanish feel. Yeah, it was even Santiago there, so yeah, not bad guess from our opponent, but we at least get something back there, which is great. And let's see what happens next here. I could have gone closer there, honestly. We could have had 1,000 points damage easily. I hate these highway rounds. They're no good for us. Well, let's see what we have here. Oh, no, I hate these, bro. I don't know anywhere in Norway. We have Generation 3, though, so that's good. Okay, let's see if we can get in here and work this out. So, oh, nice. Let's go. Okay, that was pretty quick. It was kind of the place I thought it was, and yeah, makes sense. Oh, I didn't even click on a highway, though. If I clicked on the nearest, like, big highway, we would have had 5k, basically, but that's okay. Bringing it back into the balance here, which is great. Next one here, we are looking at what? Ooh, long antenna in, red buildings, huh? Maybe Sweden. Yeah, Sweden makes a lot of sense here, doesn't it? Okay, these houses, interesting. Would probably, like, just go Stockholm area, I think. Yeah, this kind of thing works nicely, I think. So we'll see if that's a good guess or not. Like, the reddish tinge to the road, very Swedish. The red barns, and then the long antenna with the white car is quite a common thing to see in Sweden. So all in all, makes a lot of sense here. Our opponent's guessed, but it's not loaded yet. So where is it going to be? Okay. We got internet problems here, guys. This is no good. Do I refresh the game? I guess so. Let's see. Okay. Worried here. Worried. Do we see it? Send an emoji? Like, maybe our opponent can send an emoji back here. We can still move around. Okay. Wow. We are back? Are we back? 600 points there. Load us in. Okay, we're back. Okay, apparently we're fine. Okay. Wow, that is extremely stressful and unnecessary, Geoguessr. But, okay, here we go. In the next round here, we're turning around. We got a short antenna. Oh, that's the Croatian antenna, is it not? I mean, the Slovenian. I'm going to try that. It's, like, kind of thicker at the top. I think that might be the Slovenian antenna, to be honest with you. There's a similar one in, what's it called? There's a similar one in Crete as well, but this is clearly not Crete. We got things on the roof for snow here and everything. So yeah, this is like where I clicked basically, I reckon. Let's see if our opponent knows it. And it was there near Chelia, near Maribor, and our opponent gets the country wrong, but is relatively close, all things considered. Not that you're ever really going to get that wrong because it is very distinctive architecture, but okay, I didn't even pay attention to the HP, but we actually do have him almost down to half. And this is an interesting round. Like, I'm not really sure what's going on. Like, ditches on the side of the road, a little bit of like a Belgian thing, but then we have a yellow plate here, which reminds me of France. Could be Luxembourg still. Yeah, it should be Luxembourg with 2 yellow plates in a row. Would say this is Luxembourg, and that makes sense to have the ditches. We probably wouldn't be surprised if we were on the border with Belgium, I guess, just because of that. But let's see if we are right about the country here. I mean, yeah, this is a bit of German influence as well. We're surely correct here. .lu. Yeah, we'll see if our opponent knows it. They should. And yeah, they don't know it. Wow, the yellow plates thought it was just French old plates there. So that is obviously great damage. Wook GG on the ropes now. So all we need is a few more good guesses. This is Ghana, I think. So Ghana's workable for sure. And it is southern here, like big like mountains here. Yeah, this is like the kind of thing I would definitely kind of associate with this kind of area here. Rockier mountains. So yeah, maybe just something like that's fine. Don't expect this to be too far out anywhere, and yeah, it was just in that area. Good guess from our opponent though, so a little bit of damage back his way to us, and takes us down to 4.1k. So definitely anyone's game here, which kind of depends on what the next couple of rounds are. If we get in Australia, we should be good, but apart from that, anything's fair game. This is interesting, bit of Spanish vibe here. What do the plates say? Plates would say, ooh, place du... almost feels French, doesn't it? So let's look at these plates again. Yeah, that's a French plate there. What about these other ones? Yeah. Okay, France is bad. France is very bad. So let's see if we can see... Oh, okay, this is like southern French trees, though, surely. I don't see this being Paris ever. What about the places here? Ooh, Toulouse is nearby. So I guess Toulouse is here. Yeah, let's just go Toulouse here. That's fine with me. I don't think we're going to find... I mean, we could find the other places, maybe. Auch? Oh, there's that. Okay, so they're both the same direction, though. So which direction are they? Kind of 2 hour west, so that's good. Oh, it was just Toulouse there. That's crazy. Is that enough to take him out? It might be. Oh, 2k. Wow, so close there. Wow, rare that I actually do something good on France, but hey, there we go. And next one here is quadruple damage in, I guess, Pakistan here. Yeah, Pakistan feels great. Oh, we do have thick pants. We have multiple pairs of thick pants here. Feeling great for Pakistan. Let's go Lahore and call it a day. Most of it's in Lahore. But this is like a big... this is a huge... Let's try to remember this, because this is like a huge palace of some kind. What does it say there? Opening drinking water, and it was just Lahore there. Great stuff. Kind of in the north there. That's the huge mosque there. Wow, pretty cool stuff. Very interesting round. Next one here is 4.5 times damage. This could end here. This should end here, really, looking at the type of round it is. M18 in the UK. And it's super flat here. So I'm thinking of this kind of area. The M18... is that going to be too small? Probably. Yeah, what about... Okay, M. M is like a motorway, I guess, but there's a lot of A's over there. Okay, I think I'm just going to go for the guess here on the A. Yeah, what? Why does it just say A? I don't understand that. Could just be the A1. Yeah, maybe we'll just guess on the A1 here. It's a big highway. Okay, let's go for that here. The angle makes sense and everything. I think that's where we're going to be. Like, it's so flat, it has to be like between Hull and like Peterborough. I feel like it has to be there. We'll see if that's correct or not, though. Bit of an interesting round. And yeah, it was much closer towards Hull there. Is it going to be enough? I think it is. Yeah. Ooh! No way! The decimal point, guys. Oh no. No shot. Oh my gosh. 5 times damage here, guys. Lock in. What is this? Is this like a Portuguese island? I think it is, right? Yeah, it should be. I think we gotta go for confirmation here, though. The damage could be too bad if it's not. Portuguese island vibe. Surely. Yeah, it certainly is. I could hedge between the two islands here. Okay, opponent puts the pressure on here. I mean, I'm almost certain I'm correct, but let's go to the intersection here. Does it look like a Portuguese sign? I bloody hope this isn't Ireland, bro. Yeah, we gotta go here, surely. This is correct. And it was. Excellent. Yeah, he goes Isle of Man, not even a surprising guess. And it was the other island. It kind of felt strange. And there we go. We did deserve the win after all. And we get 15 points there, which is huge. But okay, let's see here. That is now the highest ranking we've ever hit on the series, guys. Let's go. Can finally make another thumbnail with that here. I think we're going to call it there. I think we're going to say that is it. We're going to end off the video on a high. And yeah, let's get it with this new tactic. Clearly it's paying off, right, guys? I think it's like almost certainly paying off. Oh, and by the way, that puts us at 61st in the world. So guys, thanks for watching. Give it a like, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Goodbye.